Greetings and salutations, my name's JW608. Today we're playing Starmade, and I wanted to try something out. Well, actually, y'all wanted to try something out. Let's see, I got a comment. Where is it? What if you made a ship with a massive field of salvage cannons and only a few long with tons of storage? Parked it beside an asteroid and turned that little clock on. An array of cannons big enough to the point you wouldn't need to adjust the position of the ship. I thought, that's an interesting idea because I was playing on the server and my mining fleet just went on strike and refusing to do anything. So I thought, I wonder if this will be better than having a mining fleet. So I found me an asteroid that looks vaguely like a potato. Alright, and I went ahead and I got the busy work done. I made this massive array of 2 deep salvage, so it's not going to be very powerful, but it doesn't matter if it's powerful or not, because it's going to be more time, or I'm just going to park it and forget it. I won't be manning this manually. And I attached all these. This was a pain, and my eyes went funny staring at the screen, making sure all these were connected. And I also figured out the power usage and rigged up the power. I need like 130,000 energy a second. Unless it was actually 13,000. It was probably 13,000 because it didn't drain me, but ain't no kill like overkill. Whoa, look at that. Go away. It was 13,000, not 130. Alright, so I overkilled on the power. We'll have to fix that later. And we have our test asteroid here. Just gonna park it. Now this isn't an enormous one, this is a small one, so you're gonna have to reposition it for every asteroid. But this is a proof of concept. I should really learn how to read numbers. Oh, I already have all this stuff in my hotbar. I was thinking ahead. Alright, I connect you up. And let's see. I want you. There we go. And all types of big things are coming. I can't talk about them quite yet. Just know that the future is bright. It's going to be full of Starmade. Probably explosions. Alright, most definitely explosions. I'm going to give him a adequate amount of storage for the time being. Again, this is a proof of concept, so I don't necessarily going to build this full scale quite yet. And we need us a clock. We're going to need an and. We're also going to need a to not set this in symmetry mode because it's going to confuse me later. Let's see, a not. I also going to need a delay. And last but not least, activation. Activation goes into the not goes into the and goes into the delay goes into the activation, and the salvager and the inner ship remote goes into the and. So when we turn this off, it activates this. Then we'll have to turn on our salvage doodad in the flight mode to turn him on. That turns on. It'll turn on the clock, and we'll have us a nice lazy, what I call the lazy miner circuit. All right. Whoa. And it's not going to take up much each click. Probably maybe 4 blocks, if that, maybe 2. 1, 2. Yeah, maybe 2 blocks every tick, but that doesn't really matter because my plan is to set this up maybe real close to the asteroid. We don't have to worry about range. Hop out and go do something useful. Maybe work on a station, still in range so it's loaded, but maybe in my station right there, and oh, I need to go build something. And, let's see. Yeah, look at that fill up. And I already know right now, this is 1,000 times more efficient than my pathetic little mining fleet I tried to set up. Now I don't have any sort of mining bonuses on this, and this is just a test. You could make this thing enormous enough to swallow an asteroid whole, but I think it's fine just to set it I guess set it and forget it. And I don't want to cause too much lag. Hop back in build mode, go check this out some more. Oh, that's beautiful. And let me show you what I did. I did the checker pattern. And here in the inverse checker pattern, so it's going to get everything, so I don't have to shift it over one block. And it'll cut through, should cut a perfectly rectangular hole through this asteroid. Looks like it's going to do that. That's amazing. I don't actually know the range on a salvage. Somebody knows the range. Actually, we could. No, we can't because that's not hooked up right. Alright, and if you're going to build your own array, this is what I did. I built a wall of hull. Then I built one segment of this. Then I selected it and I copied it. So I could just paste in the pattern. And that's how I got, and I also set up lots of symmetry, so I only had to do a quarter of each side. Guess I could have done the whole thing. Yeah, that'd probably been easier. Except the downside of doing that is anything you paste isn't attached to the salvage computer. So you have to come back and manually hit Control C, Control C on that, then Shift V on each and every grouping, and it is a pain. Right. Turn that off and let's take a look. Wow. That just carved a perfect square. It's not perfect square, basically a perfect rectangle in this asteroid. We also use this for bases, I guess. You need a perfect, well, you probably have to line it up a little better so you don't get the diagonal pieces there. Hey, that would make a neat hangar or something. Just kind of scooch them over. We'll line it up. Imagine this is going to take a little bit of tweaking to get everything lined up right. Actually, come a lot further this way. Probably a second camera, or a better camera setup. A little bit of inefficiency, but there. Gonna have a few beams that don't do anything. Actually, that's chewing through this thing faster than I thought it would with just 2 deep. Now, it's not as fast as I'd want if I was mining manually. But alright, that was a good idea. Alright. RCCAMO? Or RC Camo, I guess? RC Camo 3? Thank you for that suggestion. I can now mark this off my list as a mining array proof of concept. I'll probably tweak it and change it and get rid of the extraneous power, because I don't know how to read numbers anymore. Let's see, how are you doing? In the time since I turned it on, we have 33,000. That's not Chabaz. Yeah, Chabaz. 150 parsine, 171 sapsin, and that's irrelevant because well, it's not irrelevant. That's what I'm here for. 115 ice blocks. Look, in just the time we were sitting here talking about it, I've already carved basically the next chunk out. That's a great idea, and I know this isn't going to shut down if my fleets just all of a sudden decide saying, I don't think I'm going to work. Because the logic clocks have not failed me very many times. I was about to say never failed me. That is not entirely accurate. Well, then again, most of the time it's my fault, or the system's done something funny. Anywho, and if you don't use as much power as this, if you realize what power you actually needed, this is a relatively cheap thing to build. Let's turn that off and let's actually take a look at the salvage computer. I hooked it back up to the core. There are 465 groups of 2. And each one, salvage power 4, tick rate 03, and range... Oh, range is 960. Okay, never mind. It's 960 meters is the range. I asked about that earlier. So don't even have to answer. If you've already answered, that's fine. It's 960 range. 0.8 power consumption. Each group does 0.8 power. Uses 0.8 power, I'm guessing, per tick. It looks like this whole thing will get 11.6 blocks per second. I don't remember that actually being a stat before. There's all 465 groups. Right, and we reattach, just reattach that to the clock and fire away. So yeah, that's impressive. 11.5 blocks a second. And yeah, for I guess AFK mining, that is great. Or if you need to terraform an asteroid to fit your super duper mobile fighter base in here, you nice even cuts. Of course, you'll have to line the asteroid a little better to get perfectly even cuts. Then I can come back in with a manned mining device and pick up these stragglers so I can get the asteroid to respawn. The bulk of this going while I'm off doing something else. Now, it is using a bit of memory. I have a memory thing. That isn't thrown a memory error. I don't know if servers will like this, and I'm kind of scared to try right now. So yeah, that's one way to go about it. Alright, I'm impressed. I'm probably going to do some more experiments with it. Just that solid ray of light piercing the sky. That's actually really impressive. Anywho, I've been JW608, this has been Starmade, and this has been a really, really lazy mining technique that I think I am going to enjoy. Alright, I'll dig you cats later.